Because you know the drill. Come on. No, this next guy, I'm really excited to announce him, and he's excited too. He's also a new member of the Word Up crew, and his style is intuitive, majestic, descriptive, and surreal bardic style. So I'm quite enthusiastic to announce my fellow Beard member. Give it up for John!
Alright, so last time we talked about heroes and the very connected heroes and opposites, in the sense that the hero is the one who transcends opposites. And that's why the archetypal hero of Western civilization will always be Jesus Christ, who died on the cross between irreconcilable opposites and showed that love always transcends opposites. So how do we do that? There's this word, enantiodromia, which describes the tendency for something when it's pushed and pursued to an extreme, to transform into its opposite. So you probably have all had the experience of laughing so hard that you cry, or maybe even crying so hard that you laugh. And when we push an experience to its extreme, we become in touch with nature, which is all about balance and equilibrium. And this is what we really need to do, I think, at this time, if we're going to survive this ecological pickle that we find ourselves in, to say the least. In the pursuit of pain, the pursuit of pleasure, sorry, is destroying the planet, and it's masking the sphere of pain, when really they're on one continuum. And I found solace in this kind of form that we've been sharing tonight, and I want to just share a piece that I managed to find some kind of cathartic clarity for. Life is in the walk, together or alone. Ancestors of the land over aeons of washing hands and brushing teeth and wiping the grief from our foreheads. Alone at night in the junkyard of mind, the fire is alight and the earth quakes in delight. The sorrow had sung its song of yesterday, but no more was it merry. For every level, nature's beauty requires the horrors of power of emotions that storm through light and thunder. And the day will rise again as if nothing had happened and as if nothing had mattered. And all that titter-tatter brings you back, but no, not where you left it, pick and run, a game of fun. These headlights outside, these windows and their dancing predatory addictions, blown out into a heap of pretzel motor engines. With eyes closed, we dance the days of myth away, just like we left the garden, spilling apples left and right, and learned to leverage ourselves out of the jungle and into the measuring eyes, concluding the night with an incense for the Anthropocene. And in writing that tragedy of sexual reproduction, celebrating making it to the end, but forget that for now, this is what happens when you lose people. You allow those inner shapes to form, even though exactly because they aren't squares. So let the rain come online at all sides. As above, so below goes that mainline alchemical credo. Our oppositional attitudes aren't going to change unless we move them out of those linguistic council popsicles we use to prescribe some unholy remedy. The words are immature, childish, especially the scientific ones. Until we wake up from this dream of duality, we're just haplessly dumpster diving for divinity and blessed bliss outside of the ongoing eternal present. So wait at a distance in the moment for the eternal spiraling forming seashell to arise again in your heart and grant you the majesty of phanotropical illusions, wholly isolated Godhead beacon of wonder. Gift of the ages, like Grandma will say thank you anyway, and with a civil lie jump through the fire hoop of free dancing Death Stars, while a phone rings of cybernetic serendipity from afar. Clarabella will hear the oceans groan from what must have been a call for help from the pit of a plastic bottle. We answer to know what it is like to be a god, the sacrifice of your son, the birth of choice, the dramatic intervention to pierce it in our minds and give these creatures here the palpable potential for peace, even while crucified on the cross between irreconcilable opposites. And it does seem helpless in the face of what is required, that we reawaken the depths of the heart as we find ourselves in purgatory without a reason for a thought. Yet an event is an eclipse of spirit, and a true event dawns at last, my friends. The planet is awakening to consciousness. Its pains of birth are the storms that we seek shelter from, but nowhere can we run from you, earth, and your exhale of sacrifice, the taking and the giving, the holding on and the letting go of what doesn't require an object. Those rains come harder and faster, a roped-in boat tamed with me in it, but not of it, as if, through echoes of distant ovulation, a bird sings a death song at the jeweller's request, and says, "Granted you'll be with me when all is laid to rest." Thank you.